It's an awesome morning here in Chennai. I hope you guys are having a great time too. Yesterday, somebody texted me and asked me why I have called my new video blog series Help Yourself to Happiness. His question was, with so much going on in our lives, is it at all possible to help oneself to happiness, especially with all the stress levels, anxiety, and the everyday worries that kind of plague our lives? And I thought that's a good question to talk about today. Let me tell you how I solved this in my mind, this confusion, if I may, in my mind. Many years ago, I used to be a regular pilgrim at the Shabarimala temple. I would, I've gone there continuously for many years. And the last time I went there is when I truly understood uh, what happiness really is. I loved Sabarimalai. I still love Sabarimalai for the reason that in front of the main sanctum sanctorum, you just feel totally energized, and the energy in the moment and in the place is to be experienced, to be believed. And yet, I detest Sabarimalai, and that's one of the reasons why I've stopped going there for the filth and the poor quality of public hygiene in that place. So on my past trips, I would always make it a point to climb up, visit the Sanctum Sanctorum, and come back down the hills by, by the same evening. I would never plan for an overnighter at Shabrimala. But on my last trip, which was about a decade ago, I had to stay back just because the crowds were unmanageable, and we couldn't get to the main Sanctum Sanctorum. Those who would have been there themselves would relate to what I'm saying. And we had to stay in a guest house, which was dirty. We particularly got a lousy room, which had the lousiest toilet, the dirtiest toilet. The walls were dirty, the floor was dirty, there was no bed, there was nothing. It was just a barren room, and you had to make good by sleeping on the floor. After more than 10 hours of climbing the hill and getting to where we were, the last thing I wanted to do was to sit up all night worried about the room or the condition of it. And that's, however, what I exactly ended up doing. There was another problem. I never used to stay in rooms that added up to a number 4 or a number 8. I believed a lot in numerology at that time. So a 202 was a no-no for me, or a 107 was a no-no for me. And this room happened to be room number 8. I remember texting my wife back and telling her, Mom, I'm so disgusted. This place makes me so unhappy because it's dirty and it's unbearable. And to top it all, I've got a room which is number 8. How can I ever sleep tonight? And Vani, my wife, texted back saying, 8 is the sign of infinity. You can be happy if you choose to be happy. Now go back and sleep. That kind of rang a bell here. And I thought to myself that happiness is perhaps not available to us because we lay conditions on what is happening to us. That night I realized that the only room in the world that I had was the one I was in, and in whatever condition it was, I had to accept it. So I just accepted what was available to me, and I went to sleep. So my definition of happiness is being available to what is, being present in what is, accepting what is, and moving on. Happiness my dear friends, is available 24/7. And you have to help yourself to happiness. Think about it, it makes sense. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.